Hello everyone, welcome back to Basket Bricks, and this is the Hoth Rebel base from the year 2007. If you have not seen my recent Lego haul video, purchased the set along with some others. It was used, but collect your own. Very nice condition. So let's get right into it with the box. A couple of things to point out here. Not only is this a big box, you have that Darth Vader, all those minifigs. It's actually this was a limited edition set for the 30th anniversary. I don't think it was just for Star Wars in general, not like a specific movie or anything. They advertised for one of the minifigures, which is exclusive, I guess, to promote, to get it to sell to like a $20 minifig today. There is the back. You can just see some advertising for sets and just some of the features. Overall, this is just a cool little box. Also, before we get the instruction manual, kind of a little new filming space here on a desk. I thought, why not try it out? Here's the instruction booklet, manual, whatever you want to call it. Opens like that. So it's kind of strange in that sense. It is kind of just a little bit of a gray background, but kind of cool. A little bit different from today's standards, of course. The gems are in the back of the instruction manual. One on the back here, we get a full set of advertisement for all these sets. I think this was a year before the Clone Wars TV show came out. We also have, oh, look at that, a complete saga. Add with the Skywalker saga coming out, that's kind of precious. Look at that. Alright, and one more thing, we kind of get a little bit of advertisement for the set itself in the back. So, cool instruction manual, kind of a bigger size. Now, though, we're going to take a look at the first build in the set, the Snowspeeder. Now, no Hoth layout is complete without a Snowspeeder. Let's get right into this. Just looking at the side here, this actually uses a little bit of a rocket piece and a stool piece. You can actually turn them oddly. I'm surprised that they let you do that. I don't see any intention for it. No greebling or detail under that, but there is detail underneath it. Actually, they put a nice sticker there. Show a little bit of detailing. We'll actually get back to that in a second. You can see a little bit of orange detail in the back. Here is the cannon when they shoot out. Now, my least favorite part is that is just sticking out. But as you can see here, you would just turn this so you can, so you can trip the AT-AT. You got a little bit of nice greebling there. The standard for today's snow speeders. Front, that is a nice stickered piece. Now, let's turn this upside down. You can see they just give you that so it can sit better. There is just a little bit of I think that's supposed to be wear with a little bit of tan here and there. It says nice angles. I can immediately tell what this is. And especially considering 2007, this is pretty good. Now, let's look at the interior. It's also worth mentioning. You can open up like that. That's definitely the way to go. I'm just going to take a piece off here so you can just see how this, it's kind of hard. Yeah, you won't be able to see, but it's hard to see. Yeah, you can kind of see. It shows that I'm looking at an AT-AT, which is just so cool. That piece can be used for many other things. And on the interior, it does show you that you can put Luke's lightsaber through those. And just basic 2 minifigure interior. Overall, this is a good Snowspeeder, but something else to show. This is actually something that goes inside the Rebel base itself, but I'm bringing it here because it is related to the Snowspeeder. This is a little crane. Some yellow markings to kind of give it an industrial look, and what you do, you can see this actually has I like the motion that you get out of this. I don't know, you can also turn that there. There's it from the bottom. You have a nice wheel well piece, the seat, and you also have a little control stick. But what you do is that would it be better if what you do, you probably already know what I'm doing here. You do that, right? And then it takes it off so you can do repairs on the Snowspeeder. I'm actually surprised I was able to demonstrate that. Actually, the first time I've actually done that, but So that's this thing's main reason. I think some kids used it, probably some didn't. It's a nice little addition, though. All right, but let's move on to the turret that comes in this set. All right, this is the Battle of Hoth, so we have to have the turret that helps defend the base. So actually, it's some two very big dish pieces, one on the top, one on the bottom. There you can kind of see them because of those little gaps in the mold. Here's the cannon. I think that's a nice use of the piece. It doesn't turn very. It has a little bit of you know, you can keep it in position very well, but this does spin very freely for easy play. You can put a figure in there, but there's no console, no real too many connections for minifigs in there. I can appreciate there's that little bit of sloping in there and just a little bit of detail. Yeah, you know, this is very simple. You just have a little bit of snot over there. This is incredibly simple, but I think it's done well. Additionally, we actually have the set contains 2 lightsaber pieces, and we actually can stick these in here. Okay, let's see how far these goes to. Can I find them? Okay, you know, because you press down on those and it launches one out. Let's try the other one. Yeah, the other one went much farther. So one actually went surprisingly far. The other one didn't go too far. I'm surprised. So that other one, this one actually worked. I definitely didn't give the other one as much force as I did this one. This actually has a decent firing. Okay, I don't know what I did before to give it such a big... Okay, well, I don't know what I did before. That must have been like the magic touch. But let's kind of move those to the side. There we go. Now we actually have something else to show. This is a small little can. I forget what it's called. If you know Star Wars, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These have been made in multiple Hoth sets. This is I guess a little personal cannon for a snow trooper to use. There's a sextant piece there, some lever pieces. You got a nice clear piece. Interestingly, you actually get some red pieces. If you have any extra lightsaber hilts laying around, this could be a good set for you. But something interesting, I actually don't know what you're supposed to do here. They don't show you what to do. Sometimes these levers can be a bit of a pain to align. What I think you're supposed to do is like just flick them, which actually just kind of work. That's kind of fun. Like, if that's how you're supposed to do it, then it works well. That sextant piece is this is just fine. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little bit bulky, but it gets the idea. For that sextant piece is a very interesting use, and I'm very happy to have that piece. So, this is fine. There's no place for the minifigure to really hold it, which is a bit of a shame. But, let's get on to the Echo base itself. The biggest and probably most exciting part of this set. Alright, now with all the little stuff away, let's get to the base itself. Now this is a little bit of it's maybe a little bit bigger than I thought it was. Now let's just look at the front here. These pieces are super interesting for me because they're both completely different. They have different designs on them, which is interesting. That is very fascinating to me. It looks like even maybe slightly different designs than they have on the box. Just looking at maybe I'll have to look into that a little bit more. In terms of the board, you have a little bit of cracks. I don't know exactly if that's accurate or not. It does make them slide together really easy. You just have a little bit of just a little bit of texture on it, which I can appreciate. Gives it a good look. And, you just have just very basic snow detailing, some lights. Basic 2007 stuff. This was very fun to build. It was very classic. It was very simple. I enjoyed its construction a lot. Now move on to the back. This is where it really shines as a toy. Before I look into any of these things, I'll just quickly go over the rest of this. You actually have some gaps there. Set never tells you to use them, but you can. Now, of course, as you expect, these open up. They fit together pretty nicely. This works out pretty well. And, actually, I'm going to go ahead and get out my snow speeder because there is a couple of interesting things to show off using it. You can see I brought this over because I have the snow speeder. You remember that part sticking out? Well, you see this yellow thing that can turn, the kind of industrial looking kind of thing? Well, you set the snow speeder on there, and now you can do you can do repairs on it. So this integrates everything from the set very, very nicely. I think that's a very, very smart decision. On this side, we see a rack with, I think that maybe a weapon of some sort and a little bit of a, you get one of those and a little bit of a ice pick piece there on the little bit of a yellow rack. I kind of like the little bit of choices of yellow. It doesn't necessarily look bad, and so much of the yellow is accompanied with some gray. Like where the gray on that, that little gray bit there, and some of the rest in here. A good industrial look. Makes it look like a base. Here you have this classic Rebel console with a stickered piece there. There you can just see a little bit. You can actually fold this out. Kind of cool. Let's show you those stickers there in a bit more detail. A little bit hard to see, so I can understand if you might have to squint. And actually, aside from the other little accessories like that, both of these are very similar. Nice little pieces. Oh my, I have to push that in all the way. Oh, you have a little bit of lights there. So this base feels very industrial in a good way. Oh, here's the best part. This is something that I really, this is something I didn't really expect it to do. I expected to be disappointed by this. The snow speeder can actually fit all the way through. So you have full integration with the snow speeder. You can fly in, repair it, fly it back out, and into battle. So you really get full. This is a full play set. You can do all the good parts. I'm going to show you connected. It's kind of satisfying. Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a look at the minifigures. Alright, so before we get to Luke Skywalker and his co-pilot, here is the little Imperial probe droid. Not really gonna go into much detail on this. It's cool, it's nice, very good inclusion in the set. It gives the Imperials a little bit more force. But let's go on to Luke Skywalker in his not accurate X-Wing uniform. Here is his hilt. This is from when the small time period where the hilts were not shiny. Here's Luke Skywalker himself. No back printing, but look, Lego, if there's one thing that Lego's always gotten right, and that is their Rebel helmets. That looks awesome. He has his flesh toned, just that kind of face. And yeah, it is a simple, classic Luke Skywalker. Here is this guy, his co-pilot, just looking at the box. Dak Router. I hope I'm saying that right. I believe Dak is right. Dak gets blown up in the snow speeder, which why his smile definitely makes perfect sense. And he has the same torso as Luke. As you can see, the only thing different about him is his head. Which, do I really need to show you much more? I don't think so. Nice helmet, though. Some nice figures. Yeah. Let's move on to the rest of the Rebel force in this set. Alright, so here is our Rebel Hoth troopers. These are the guys that are going to be out there fighting on the lines in the trench, getting blown up, hence the smiley faces. Of course they have their goggles, which can be put down. I don't believe they have any back printing, but they do have these nice backpacks, so they don't really need them. Lego hasn't really made, in my opinion, a bad Hoth trooper. These guys are just straight good. They're nice to have. I can very much appreciate getting 2 of them. Additionally, though, we do have someone else here. This is, box time. K3PO. C3PO's white spinoff. I hesitated to say that because don't white plated spin-off. I believe that markings may make him a lieutenant. This is actually my very first protocol droid that's not C-3PO. He actually has back printing too. I mean, it actually has back printing. Don't know the program gender of this guy. Says the front looks good. These are just some good minifigures to have. Very appropriate. I can appreciate because you have these guys to operate things like the cannon, but you have the protocol droid to operate all like the consoles on the inside. This is good. Let's look at what the Imperials have to offer. Alright, so here are the iconic Snow Troopers. You get 2 of them. They are both identical. They actually have this cool combination of the hood and the backpack. Just a normal black face, torso printing. I can appreciate the gray hip piece. These guys just plainly, just like the Rebel Troopers, they just look good. Like, of course, one of them is supposed to be manning this cannon. So while there are only 2 Snow Troopers, we got to remember, the Rebels only have an actual snow speeder, a turret, and 2 guys to fight against. So the fact that they have this and a probe droid, they're a bit more evenly based than you think, especially since I don't think that the snow speeder actually has any gun. No, never mind. I was about to say it doesn't have any guns. It has 2 big cannons right up front. But still, they're not like heavily overpowered. Like the Rebels aren't insanely overpowered. Actually, I didn't have any snow troopers until this. Now I have quite a few. I think I have 6 or something from my recent lot. So yeah, I am super happy with these guys. I hope you are too. And yeah, let's move on to my overview. Alright, so here is it all that's here now. Overall, Lego did a good thing here. This is not the best display item, but is a great play set. You get some Rebel forces with your Rebel troopers. Of course, you get your pilots to operate the snow speeder. There's really no gaps in this set, really, that I can think of. Maybe a little bit more Imperial force, but that just might make it too expensive. Yep, I don't have too much more to say about this set. It's just a good set. Great. It's a play set. This is a big play set. Lego Star Wars doesn't have too many of these, so I'm happy with this. I hope you are. If you are, please make sure you show your support by subscribing. Trying to get to 50 subscribers. So yeah, and I will see you in my next video.